Have you ever out-gaslit a gaslighter? Nate was a master manipulator. I once found a lipstick-stained receipt in his pocket from a restaurant 2 towns over, dated the same night he told me he was stuck working late. When I asked about it, he smiled like I told him a joke and said, "You know, I don't even eat at that place. Why are you always looking for problems?" I'd replay our conversations at night, trying to remember if I was wrong. He'd swear I misunderstood, twist my words until I was apologizing for accusing him of things I'd seen with my own eyes. He deleted messages from his phone in front of me, then said I must have dreamed them up when I asked about it later. One night, I caught him talking to someone on speaker in the kitchen, and when I stepped into the room, he ended the call and said, "That was your mom," except my mom was asleep in the guest room. He made me doubt my senses, my memory, and my sanity, and anytime I pushed back, he'd sigh and say, "This is why people leave you." So I stopped pushing back and started writing things down instead. I kept a log of everything that seemed fishy, with screenshots and recordings. Then I started my own game, and I was not here to get runner-up. I began by waking up earlier than him to change all the clocks in the oven, microwave, his watch, even his car, setting them 18 minutes behind. Not a nice round hour, and just enough to disorient him. He missed a meeting with a big client and came home furious, pacing the living room and slamming cabinet doors, muttering, "How the hell did I miss that meeting?" I shrugged. "You've been tired," I said. "Maybe you need to slow down." Next, I deleted and rearranged apps on his phone. His banking app vanished for a day. His alarm reset itself to PM instead of AM. One morning, Spotify blasted a breakup song he'd once intoxicatedly told me reminded him of an ex instead of his usual get up and go song. Then came the texts. I bought a burner phone and messaged him every few days from a different number. "She knows. You can't lie forever. You're being watched." He blocked them, sure, but they kept coming. And I made sure they lined up with real things, like the day I moved his laptop from the office to the garage and told him I hadn't seen it. Or the time his boss emailed him asking if everything was okay after I impersonated HR and told them an anonymous complaint had been filed about his aggressive behavior toward female coworkers. I knew what he was most afraid of: losing control, being outed as the manipulative fraud he was, and I leaned into it. I leaked edited screenshots of his text to a mutual friend, just believable enough to pass, hinting that he was having a breakdown and needed help. I told her he'd been forgetting conversations, claiming things happened that didn't. She spread it like I knew she would. His friends started pulling back. One of them reached out to me to ask, "Is Nate okay? He's been acting paranoid." I put on my saddest face and said I was so worried about him too. The breaking point came when I left a single sticky note on the bathroom mirror, just one line in his handwriting. I practiced, copied from a journal entry I'd found. "Sometimes I wonder if I'm the bad guy." I saw him stare at it for a full minute, unmoving. He asked me if I wrote it. I tilted my head and said, "You did, right?" He stopped sleeping and started drinking more. He searched the apartment for cameras one night, tore apart the closet, asked me if I was following him. I told him maybe he should talk to someone, that maybe the stress was getting to him. He didn't know what was real anymore. And the best part was, I never raised my voice. I never confronted him. I just made the world around him feel as unsteady as he'd made me feel for months. I let him collapse under the weight of his own lies. He moved out 3 weeks later. Once he gave me a forwarding address, I sent him a copy of my log and blocked his number. Because at the end of the day, I did want him to know that I'd beaten him at his own game. He made me question my mind, but I made him question his entire reality.